26, 1984 in Germany to military parents before the family settled in College Park, Atlanta. He grew up in the city's hip-hop scene and recorded his only album, Ride With Me Dirty South Style, at just 17. His biggest hit, We Ready, became a sports anthem across the country, especially in Atlanta, and helped cement his place in local culture. Though he never reached major mainstream fame, he stayed active in Atlanta's music community until 2022.
And they took our song, which was called We Ready, and made it their anthem, and I appreciate it, and I'm here to support them just like they support us.
Archie's life took a tragic turn on March 25, 2022. That night, he was shot inside his townhouse on Gulf Vista Circle in DeKalb County. According to police, he had been asleep when someone forced their way into his bedroom, breaking the lock and damaging the door frame. He was shot in the jaw with a .357 pistol, but somehow managed to escape the house and walk to a nearby Chevron gas station on Snapfinger Woods Drive. Bleeding heavily, he asked for help, and employees called 911. He was taken to Grady Memorial Hospital, where doctors tried to save him, but after 9 days of fighting blood loss and complications.
All right. I think that's decent. Somewhat decent.
He died on April 3, 2022, at just 37 years old. Police quickly arrested his brother, Alexander Kraus, who was still at the townhouse when officers arrived. They noticed blood on his socks, which became part of the case against him. At first, he was charged with aggravated assault, but after Archie passed away, the charge was upgraded to murder. Authorities also pointed to a history of violence between the brothers, noting an earlier case where Archie had been accused of assaulting Kraus. Still, Archie's manager insisted the brothers had patched things up and claimed the shooting was an accident. He said witnesses saw them reconcile and that there was no ongoing feud. Investigators moved forward, and in April 2023, a grand jury indicted Kraus for malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, and firearm possession during a felony.
Police say Archie Eversole's brother shot him last month. Eversole died days later. Alexander Kraus is now charged with malice murder.
His attorney argued that Archie never named his brother as the shooter, either right after the attack or later at the hospital. A detective even confirmed Archie never identified anyone, but prosecutors emphasized that Kraus was alone at the home, the signs of a violent struggle, and the physical evidence tying him to the scene. A judge denied him bond, calling him a flight risk, and he has remained in DeKalb County Jail awaiting trial, while Archie's family continues to insist he is innocent. YPWYG. He was a 37-year-old rapper from Jamaica, Queens, whose music carried the raw sound of his neighborhood. He wasn't a mainstream star yet, but he was getting closer. His early projects, Streets Talk and Rise Above, earned him respect locally and started pushing his name outside Queens. He kept a solid presence online too, posting photos with big artists like 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj and showing love to friends he lost along the way. His career wasn't huge yet, but he had real momentum and a growing reputation as someone who was on his way up. But everything came to a tragic end on October 3, 2025, inside the family home where he lived on 116th Road in Jamaica, Queens. The house had recently been put up for sale for around $600,000, and it became the center of a serious family dispute. That evening, YPWYG got into a heated argument with his 41-year-old nephew. According to relatives, the fight was about the future of the house and who had a say in what happened to it. What started as a tense discussion quickly turned into something far more dangerous. At some point during the argument, the nephew pulled out a gun and shot YPWYG in the head. The wound was fatal. For hours afterward, the nephew remained inside the home with YP's body still lying there. Family members later said they didn't know exactly how long he stayed, only that he didn't leave and didn't call anyone. Later that night, overwhelmed by what he had done, the nephew walked upstairs to a hallway on the upper floor. There, he turned the gun on himself and fired a single shot, ending his own life. Emergency responders rushed him to Jamaica Hospital, but he was pronounced dead shortly after arriving. Around 11:45 p.m., the tragedy was discovered by another uncle who lived in the basement and had no idea anything had happened upstairs. When police arrived, they found the bodies and recovered the gun used in both deaths. Investigators quickly determined there was no other suspects involved. The medical examiner later confirmed that both men died from gunshot wounds to the head, officially classifying the case as a murder suicide. died. One of the rare and deeply tragic endings connected to someone in the hip-hop world. Eazy-E's real financial situation. One of the most misleading scenes in Straight Outta Compton is the moment where Eazy-E sits in his car crying as he drives past a billboard for Dr. Dre's The Chronic. The message the film pushes is obvious. Eazy is broke, washed up, and heartbroken watching Dre win without him. That one scene basically sums up everything wrong with how the movie handled the last chapter of Eazy's life.
I don't even know what I'm doing no more. I don't know where the money going.
Jerry Heller, Eazy's longtime manager, didn't hold back his reaction. He straight up said Eazy was a hard dude. Of course he would never cry. To people who really knew him, the scene felt like a disrespectful hit job, especially since Dre and Ice Cube helped produce the film and had heavy influence on how Eazy was portrayed. Eazy wasn't alive to defend himself, and it showed. They even added a shot of him bagging up weed like he'd fallen so far that he was back to small-time hustling just to survive. That part had a lot of people heated. His son, Lil Eazy-E, spoke out publicly, saying the movie tried to make his dad seem like he was struggling when the truth was the complete opposite. He was living in the biggest mansion of his career, he explained. He was carrying the weight of Ruthless with his platinum albums. BG Knockout, who was close to Eazy during those years, backed it up too. He said the whole Broke Eazy storyline was total fiction. That whole scene of Eazy falling on hard times after NWA disbanded, that was a complete lie. According to him, Eazy's bank account was full and he owned multiple homes, and he reminded everybody that Eazy had hundreds of millions of dollars run through Ruthless Records over the years.
The fact that they tried to make him look like he was broke, he bought weed and all this, he was finna start slanging, all that was bull.
On top of that, Eazy wasn't fading away. He was actually winning big. Bone Thugs and Harmony, the group he discovered and signed, was the hottest act in the country. Their album, East 1999 Eternal, dropped just months after Eazy died. It debuted at #1 with over 307,000 first-week sales and eventually went 4x platinum. So the idea that Eazy was struggling financially during this period just doesn't line up with the facts. By the time he passed, Eazy was reportedly worth around $50 million, with Ruthless Records itself valued at about $30 million. His assets included several houses across high-end neighborhoods like Norwalk, Topanga, Westlake, Calabasas, and Woodland Hills. His Woodland Hills property in particular was a luxury spot, sitting high on a hill, private, quiet, and offering beautiful views.
His company was worth hundreds of millions of dollars. His bank account was still flooded. He had Bone, he had the #1 group, you know what I'm saying? The #1 album, like,
Look
he
at
had
it going
houses.
like that.
He had multiple houses, man. Like Eazy, his one house, I promise you, like if you were to walk in his house, you would feel some type of way how beautiful that was.
Eazy didn't just spend money on himself. He was known for taking care of his kids. He paid over $20,000 a year per child for private Montessori education and more than $50,000 a month in child support. Birthdays, toys, clothes, jewelry, he didn't hold back. Eric Jr. even talked about how they used to play Sonic the Hedgehog together, showing that Eazy wasn't just a businessman, he was a present, involved dad. And speaking of business, Eazy's hustle went far beyond music. He was always thinking ahead. He helped create a comic book series called The Hood with Rob Liefeld, the co-creator of Deadpool. He invested in speakers called Eazy-E's Bass Shakers. He was developing a video game, working on a screenplay called Smiling Faces, and even planning a film studio. In 1994, he launched the Ruthless radio show on 92.3 The Beat, and it instantly took off, becoming #1 in its time slot. The FBI later noted that Ruthless Records was generating more than $10 million a month toward the end of Eazy's life. It became the first independent label to outsell major record companies, and even after his passing, his business kept producing. His widow still owns NWA's catalog, and royalty checks from old Ruthless artists continue to feed the estate. With streaming now, Eazy's music and brand continue to make money for the family. And here's the wild part. Even after Dre left Ruthless, Eazy still made money off him. Suge Knight once bragged, "I did a deal for Eazy. He gets $1 off anything that Dre does," meaning that every beat Dre dropped, every commercial, every production, Eazy got paid. Eazy even referenced it himself in Real G's. "Damn E, they try to fade you on Dre Day, but Dre Day only meant Eazy's payday." So the movie's version of Easy as broke and desperate just doesn't add up. BG Knockout believes the portrayal was intentional, a way for Dre and the others involved to tilt history and downplay Eazy's legacy. The truth about Eazy-E and Suge Knight beatdown. Another big line straight out of Compton is the scene where Suge Knight and his crew slap Eazy-E around and bully him into releasing Dr. Dre and the DOC from Ruthless. That whole moment was pure fiction. Jerry Heller said it straight. Eazy would have never gone to that studio if Suge had called. They never touched him. In real life, Suge did threaten Eazy, but nobody laid a hand on him. Eazy wasn't the type of guy you could just push around.
Easy getting beat up.
Yeah,
by
you
Suge
know.
and his people.
You don't want that problem.
Well, I
wouldn't want that problem.
Eazy had serious connections, real gang ties that came with real protection. He was cool with the Crips, he had ties to the Mexican Mafia, and he had strong relationships with Mexican sets. Years later, he even signed Brownside, a Chicano rap group led by Toker, and also brought in Kid Frost, one of the most important Mexican rappers ever. One of the wildest stories about that connection comes from the peak of the Ruthless versus Death Row beef. Eazy and Suge genuinely didn't like each other, and Suge's whole reputation at the time was based on intimidation, force, and being the guy who everybody feared. But according to Toker, Brownside played a huge part in keeping Eazy safe during that whole war. Toker said he and Brownside showed up at Ruthless Records right when things between Eazy and Suge started getting real. He described it like fate, like they just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Death Row's people thought Eazy was alone and easy to pressure. They figured they could just muscle him the same way they did other people in the industry. But that wasn't the case. Brownside was already there, and as Toker said, they were ready to ride for Eazy.
What's good, bro? I got banned on Twitch. Well, not banned, suspended on Twitch for a week, so I'm over here trying to get shit right before I get left. How are you? Yeah, I'm sick, gang. I mean, what I said was a little OD, but like, I didn't even get a warning, bro. It was just straight up, like, I said what I said, like 2 minutes later, my stream was down. Well, just the Twitch part, and I was like, what the fuck? But, yeah. That shit hurt, gang. That shit hurt so bad, bro. I was mad as fuck. Like, damn, y'all gonna do me like this, bro? I almost hit 1,000 hours on y'all platform, bro. I can't even get a warning, like. Alright, I'm not on Twitch, so I don't know what all these sounds are I keep hearing. Heard. Alright.
With no hesitation, they let Eazy know right away. We're here, and whatever you need, we got you.
We got you Ruthless when the Death Row Ruthless beef was cracking. So they thought they were gonna overpower my boy because my boy was by himself. But you know Destiny took Toker and the Brownside clique to Ruthless.
During one of their conversations, Toker and his guys told Eazy straight up, if there's anyone you want gone, just say the word. Eazy, being the person he was, tried to brush it off. He didn't want to take things there, but Toker didn't let it slide. He looked right at him and said, nah, it's exactly like that. And he wasn't exaggerating. Toker explained that they had young soldiers ready to put in work. kids as young as 15 or 16. He said at most they'll get out when they're 22, so you don't gotta worry about a thing. That was the mentality at the time. Those kids didn't care about consequences, they cared about loyalty.
All right, don't worry about it, E. I'm gonna send my little young juvenile torpedo so they can go ahead and do YA life. They're gonna let my boys out when they're 22 years old. Don't worry about it.
After that, Easy's relationship with the Mexican community became even stronger. He knew he had a whole army behind him. Whenever he had somewhere important to be, restaurants, meetings, any event, he'd call up Brownside and the Mexican homies to roll with him. And they weren't there to just look tough. They were ready for any smoke that came Easy's way. Some of them even hoped they'd run into Death Row just so they could make a statement and show Easy how deep the support ran. And eventually, they got that chance. Toker told a story about a day when Easy was relaxing at a cheesecake factory. Out of nowhere, about 7 or 8 guys claiming to be connected to Death Row pulled up. They surrounded Easy.
What you mean? Like same in Sweden? Like, you can't say nothing crazy or you're gonna get fucked up? Or well, how deep the Mexicans, well, I guess Mexicans really wouldn't be the right shit to use. I don't think there's Mexicans over in Sweden, but...
trying to intimidate him. They probably thought they had finally caught him slipping, alone and vulnerable.
And it was like 7, 8 they claimed Death Row, waiting for their cars to pull up because they were leaving the Cheesecake Factory. Right when my boy E walked past them, they all surrounded him. What's up? And they were saying the N-word on.
But they had no idea what they just walked into. Within moments, the whole situation flipped. Suddenly, the Death Row guys found themselves completely surrounded by Mexican gang members. So many that Toker joked it felt like they were standing in the middle of a Mexican...
I've watched those documentaries and posted my reactions on YouTube. That shit is insane over there, bro. Like, I couldn't imagine like going to the store and seeing a 13-year-old kid come up on me and shoot me, bro. I can't picture that. But I know all across the world it's a real thing, so...
soccer field. The entire place was filled with Easy's people, and these weren't random fans or friendly faces. These were real gangsters, the kind who didn't hesitate. The Death Row affiliates froze.
And all of a sudden, them 7, 8 looked around like... They thought they were at a Mexican soccer field surrounded by Mexican soccer players, but it was us.
But it was us.
Got beef with my brother Easy? They were like, oh, damn. You got beef with my little brother Easy? You got beef with me? And then my little homie started coming out with the heat. They were like, no, man.
They realized instantly that they were outnumbered and had no backup. Their whole tough guy act disappeared. They panicked, ran to their cars, and sped out of the parking lot like they were running for their lives. And just to make the point crystal clear, Toker didn't let them leave without a message. He told them, in case y'all want to come back, you're more than welcome. We'll be right here waiting. That moment made one thing obvious. Eazy-E was never alone, and he was never the type of guy you could punk. Eazy-E's final days. One of the most talked about parts of Straight Outta Compton is how the movie shows Eazy-E's last days. There's a dramatic scene where Eazy breaks down crying after learning he has HIV, but people who were with him during that time say the scene is way off from what really happened. Members of Bone Thugs and Harmony who stayed close to Eazy until the very end said he didn't react like the movie showed. He didn't sit around crying or fall apart emotionally. According to them, Eazy handled the news with strength. He stayed calm, stayed focused, and stayed true to who he was. When things got serious, he didn't lose himself or let the diagnosis break him.
I don't like how it was portrayed that Eazy-E was like broken, like stressing, like when he died, because like we didn't get that from him at all. Eazy was riding on the high because he knew he had us, and he knew we was about to ride. We was about to bring him back.
Now, of course, he was sad. Anyone in his position would be. He was young, at the height of his career, and had a lot more life ahead of him. It would be impossible.
What the fuck, bro? A closed youth care facility? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I feel like the most detrimental thing... Nah, I know what you're saying. Like, now that I'm older, bro, and like I've seen and experienced mad shit, I feel like the most detrimental shit to ever happen in the modern era was the mass spreading of like negative hip-hop music. You know what I mean? Like drill rap, gangster rap, all that shit. I feel like if that stuff didn't exist, culturally things just wouldn't be as violent as they are now. Like, obviously, like, I'm not talking about like war or like civil strife, nothing like that. I'm talking about just like culturally in general, bro. Like, I don't know. I feel like things would be a lot different.
not to feel anything. But what the people around him remembered was different from the overly emotional version the movie.
And my fault. I'm just inputting stuff into my Excel file, almost at line 700. You feel me? And uploading the videos to YouTube. I can't be live on YouTube and do music ratings and reactions, so it's like I figured while it's still early in the day for me, I can just be live on YouTube and just chop it up with whoever.
Movie gave us. They said the film added extra drama to make the moment more powerful for viewers, but in the process, it created a picture that didn't match the real Eazy. Dr. Dre and Eazy-E's real reconciliation. Another big moment in Straight Outta Compton is the emotional hospital scene where Dre and Ice Cube visit Eazy before he dies. It's touching on screen, but most of it never happened. Ice Cube and Eazy did squash their beef, but it wasn't in a hospital room. It actually happened months earlier at a club in New York. Crazy Bone said the vibe was nothing like the movie made it seem. According to him, as soon as they saw each other, it was all smiles and love. They chopped it up the entire time. The real question is Dre's side of the story. Dre has publicly claimed that he saw Eazy in the hospital. He said they talked about bringing NWA back together just a few weeks before Eazy got sick, and that he even visited him while he was on life support, whispering something to him before leaving. That's Dre's version.
I was so fortunate to be able to get on the phone with him and talk about maybe putting NWA back together, and we chopped it up about old times and what have you.
But a lot of people who were actually there say it didn't happen like that at all. And when you look at what Dre was saying publicly around that time, things even get more questionable. On Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style, there's a skit where Daz Dillinger calls Eazy an HIV ussy mother F, and Dre jumps in with a slick punchline, "Yo yo yo Daz, Eazy come easy." It was a clear shot, and this was before anyone knew Eazy had HIV. Fast forward 2 years later, Eazy dies, and suddenly Dre's storyline gets wrapped up neatly in the movie, making him look like the mature, forgiving hero. Meanwhile, in real life, Eazy was still going at Dre all the way into 1995. He was recording a diss track called DPG Killa right before he was hospitalized. He reportedly couldn't finish his verse because of a bad cough. The movie ignored this completely. Instead of showing Eazy still fighting and still talking his talk, they portrayed him as sad, defeated, and ready to make peace with everyone. Dr. Dre's assault on journalist Dee Barnes. One of the most convenient things Straight Outta Compton left out was Dr. Dre's history of assaulting women, especially his brutal 1991 attack on hip-hop journalist Denise Dee Barnes. When the movie came out, a lot of people called out Dre and the filmmakers for pretending this never happened. What made it even messier was that the original 150-page script did include a graphic scene of the assault, but somewhere during production, that scene disappeared. Director F. Gary Gray later said he cut it because he wanted to focus on the group as a whole and not dive into individual scandals. But many people felt it looked more like protection, a quiet attempt to keep Dre's image clean. To understand why the incident was so significant, you have to know the context. On January
Yeah, I know what you're saying, bro, but like, how do I say it? Like, alright. Obviously, I know there was organized crime and there was a lot of wild shit before rap music made like a big move, you feel me? But like, when you have people injecting high tempo serial killer anthems into their mind every single day, bro, that like changes people's, you feel me? It changes people's brains and the way they think and whatnot, bro. So like, I just feel like it perpetuated the overall mentality of people on like an everyday regular basis, you feel me? Like I can imagine 30 years ago before hip hop or rap was prominent in Sweden. Like, yeah, there was organized crime, bro, but people weren't just walking around shooting each other in broad daylight, you feel me? Like, just little things like that, you know what I mean? Like, culturally, it's just different. People just don't give a fuck because they pump serial killer, drug addict anthems into their brain every single day. That's why I really don't even listen to rap music no more. And, bro, yeah. But like, yo, like, bro, rap music is in a terrible state right now. The highest selling, like, you know, usually United States leads the world in hip hop and rap, you know what I mean? Bro, the highest selling hip hop album last week was Drake's Take Care album from like fucking 13, 14 years ago. That's terrible. That means not a single artist in the United States who makes rap or hip hop music has any project with any momentum that people want to listen to. You feel me? Like, it's bad, bro. Yeah, and they probably make way more money too. And they get less heat from the police and whatnot because them dudes are out there outside being retarded. Like, yo, I've watched fucking 5 documentaries on Arab, black, and young white Swedish dudes being in street gangs, but I ain't ever seen nothing about no motorcycle gang over there, bro.
1991,
Or even like an organized group, like a Swedish mafia, like nothing like that at all.
Dre attacked D. Barnes at a party, and the whole thing was connected to the feud between Ice Cube and NWA. D was a host on Pump It Up, a Fox TV show that covered hip-hop culture and regularly featured big artists. She had interviewed NWA several times before, and she knew all of them well.
Ice Cube of NWA will be hanging out with him and all his homies at his house.
We'll be back after these commercials or breaks or cuts or whatever.
Whatever. Don't go anywhere.
But after Ice Cube left the group and started beefing with him,
I can
things
imagine.
changed. When D brought NWA back on the show to talk about what they were up to, the interview was already filled with tension. Every question she asked seemed to turn into a jab at Ice Cube. It got so out of hand that the Pump It Up production team had to cut out the most disrespectful parts just to make the episode safe to air. But then came the real problem. When the episode aired, they didn't just show the NWA interview. They also included a separate clip with Yo-Yo on the Boys in the Hood set. Ice Cube randomly popped up in that.
Banditos. I'm gonna look them up. I don't know nothing about them. I know what the hell is Angels because they're like genuinely very prominent over here in the States, honestly. Like, there's like I think they have a club like within walking distance of where I live at, honestly, right over in I think they had 2 over in Troy, actually. Is this it? Is this the J Hus shit? Yeah. I gotta delete this. I got blocked on YouTube. What's up? Bro, almost every great war is fought over a female, you feel me? So it is what it is. What's up, Jasmine? I'm good, how are you? Yeah, over women, bro. Yeah, I like Khabib. I love mixed martial arts. I like Muay Thai. I like kickboxing. I like karate combat. I like I don't really know. I would just say MMA in general because I be watching K1. Bare Knuckle Fight Club is another big thing that I like. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter if she's super attractive or super intelligent, bro. If that's someone's woman, bro, and someone violates, bro, or takes their girl, or the girl switches sides, they're gonna crash out over it. It's only natural, dog. A lot of the wars in ancient times was fought for the exact same reason.
That clip and used the moment to clown NWA. using their own lyrics against them. On top of that, he mocked the DOC, who was still recovering from the horrific car crash that ruined his voice.
Ice Cube won't pump it up. I got all suckers 100 miles and running.
Like to give a shout out to the DOC.
Y'all can't play.
Dee later said she didn't think they should have aired both clips back to back, but she wasn't the one in charge of editing. All she did was present the show. Still, when
What games do I play? I don't play any games anymore. I would play like a story mode of a game, but I probably wouldn't play anything else, honestly.
the episode aired, the final cut made it seem like she was stirring the pot on purpose. Right after Cube's segment, Dee turned to the camera and made a casual comment about always being in the middle of controversy. She wasn't trying to instigate anything, it was just an offhand remark. But paired with the back-to-back interviews, it looked like she was intentionally pushing the feud. And that was all it took to set Dr. Dre off.
That was their mentality, sensationalism.
Sister D, always in the middle of controversy right here on Pump It Up.
Fast forward a bit to a Def Jam party. Dee Barnes showed up, not thinking anything of it. But Dre was there too, and he was drunk, angry, and still heated about how the Pump It Up episode made him and NWA look. According to Rolling Stone journalist Alan Light, what happened next was shocking. Dre walked up to Dee, grabbed her by the hair, and started slamming her head and body into a brick wall near a stairway. While this was happening, Dre's bodyguard stopped anyone from helping her by waving around a gun. Dre wasn't finished. After trying and failing to throw her down the stairs, he began kicking her in the ribs and hands. Dee somehow managed to escape into the women's restroom, but Dre followed her inside. He grabbed her again, pulling her by the hair, and punched her in the back of the head multiple times.
They grabbed me by my hair and started slamming me up against the wall. It's a painful and traumatic experience.
This wasn't a small altercation. It was a full-blown violent assault, and people in NWA openly talked about it. MC Ren didn't show any sympathy. He said she deserved it, B deserved it. Eazy-E said something similar. Yeah, B had it coming. And Dre acted like it wasn't a big deal. In an old interview, he said, "People talk all this ish, but you know somebody F with me, I'm gonna F with them. I just did it, you know. Ain't nothing you can do now by talking about it. Besides, it ain't no big thing. I just threw her through a door." Dee Barnes sued Dre for $22.75 million, but the case was eventually settled out of court. Dre didn't serve jail time for the assault, and Dee wasn't the only woman who later spoke up about his behavior with similar stories. The movie showed Dre as a genius producer who struggled, grew, and eventually became a better man. But it skipped over the darker parts of his past, especially the violence against women.
I know Masika dropped a response. I might listen to that today. Oh shit, 20 minutes ago. You be working hard, bro. I'm gonna save that to watch later. The leader of Baka, the president of I mean, look. I'm not saying I agree, but I understand. You feel me? Like, I would never date somebody who was like let's just say, I'll use like situations I could potentially be in, for example. You feel me? I would never date somebody who used to be in a relationship or married to the leader of the Zoes down in Florida, like the big Haitian gangs. I would never date somebody who he was dating or married to somebody who's part of the cartel, the Bloods, the Crips, the Hells Angels. Like, doing something like that, bro, even if she's like really attractive, good person. Yeah, but you're not understanding though, bro. When it comes to women, bro, like, maybe because like you're younger, so maybe you don't have like I'm not trying to be funny in no way, not trying to be disrespectful at all, but like maybe you've never really like dated or fucked with the same person for a long time. Like, if you date or fuck with someone for like 4, 5, 6 years, bro, like that's like that's like your woman or your man. You feel me? Like, you can't really. It takes a long time to get over something like that. So, like, not saying I agree in any way, but I understand.
Pick up everything and you want no demand youth.
Yeah, I ain't listened to this yet, bro, but I want to. I'm probably gonna spoil part of the song for myself, but that's alright.
Pussy you a move like cartel gal. Rifle a thump thump, no more medal. Brain jump up, no carnival.
Paggies up, Harbour. Mr. That come for you.
Damn!
Funeral and night, boy run out a lock. We love war. Snipe up on the building top.
Terrodan, I'm a lot the place, you know. I hear the best review.
Bumbleclad. Somebody go take up Demon out the road there. Please go take him up. Please go take him up as somebody pitney. Jesus, peace. It seems that the man put cartel head on a stick. Right now, me I'm a gun pan me. I'm willing for shut a pussy if a boy tell me no fuckery. I want a wickedest song them this me ever hear. Trust me, no joke. I have my gun pan my dog and me about 4 clip right up on the table. Just see a fuckery and swear again. And the wickedest thing, people, let me tell you something. So people, hold on, calm down DJ. So Massacre Japa single and him wake up the whole dance hall.
30 murders and 10
innocents. All
innocents.
Them bad, prove it now. Massacre gonna show them up. People, this is when me did one long time. I want to tell you. Let me tell you this, man. I want the wickedest thing them this. No joke. Yep. Anyway, I get into the review now.
Pick up everything and you want no demand youth. Pussy you a move like cartel gal. Rifle a thump thump, no more medal. Brain jump up, no carnival.
The man said, Demon, oh yeah, pick up everything like say a cartel. But me and you have look a boy, eh? You move like say a cartel gal. You want to see them space, eh? You want cartel fuck you, eh? Why make you pick up everything by your head, eh? Madam, let me tell you something, man. The man says, stop, move like say you're a cartel gal. You pick up everything like say you are the man that me have a problem with. Zin, you have a problem with me because of the man there. Or him not pick it up on film head. Why you pick it up? You must see them to pussy clat or shorty. Eh? You which one of them? Pick one of them and choose them shoes to go in. Viewers and subscribers, I'm tell you something, man. Massacre go hard. You hear my heart sound like it mixed with A and H?
Blood clot brown in and no Barbie doll. Rest it in a the demon and go call your God. Pussy them fear memory fast so bad. Artist, max you up your covered.
People, let me tell you something, people. I want to listen to the lyrics keenly. Brush out to the ears, wipe out to the fucking ears with blood cladders map. You understand? The man I make a nose to charge it. And the blood clot brown in this. And no Barbie doll. Rest it in a the demon face. Go call your God. The look one on the praise over there. When them fear of exile, your blood clot. Your people, I'm telling you something, man. Massacre put cartel upon a stick. The man a show blood clot right there in a road and people are ball. Murder, why? Him not do nothing. It's a youth him grow up in a church. Jesus. Yeah, man, some shot in the fire. Mrs. Ken run left him. And them say them a real friend.
Boy fi dead, after me kill a go fi that. He running board, me run it back me only Glock. And bust a face, I rally back a so we at. No back a rat, a cap a shot and spray. No zap a that.
Boy fi dead, after me kill a go fi that. The running board, me run it back and hold the Glock. And bust a face and rally back a so we at. No back a rat, a cap a shot and spray. Yo, you know when Tia barely press the back a rat and goes a tip. I want Tia man, a be a cap a shot and spray up them Janzi. I want Tia. Only thing, them now go smell good, them go smell fuck up. Be a blood stain. You see me? I say, yo, the way all Massacre orchestrate, the way all the man a deliver the badness, the way all the man a mace the cement in the coffin, bro. Me I tell you, bro. Bro, me I tell you, say, I be a shot the man a fire, the man in a chatting. The man tired of you now. Tired of no blood clot now. Let me tell you something. You see that song when you wake up? I bet the cartel not sleep. He must wake up by now. Yeah, man. Him name a fucking call over here. Be a shot of fire. I want to exile.
Hey, that chopper here, key. The Glock a knock. Me killer them no play. Pussy what you know about.
Wow. All me can see a W-O-W. Wow. Demon, what you know about Kingston crime? Hey, be the man said that be a batty boy a program them. Cartel involved in that. A fish the man say a program them. Remember say the man don't say you take up everything like say you're the man, you know. You take up everything like say you're the man. The man and Popcorn have a little riff. You talk about real boss. So you go on. What do the priest do? Everything you take up on for your head. The man say a fish a program them cartel. Me never know say cartel a fish. People want to think about that part there. Me never know that. Me never know that, but Massacre now ease up. The man ready. The man ready. Can't tell me you see you baptized, you know. You better backslide. Gunshot a slide over there, and you think a joke? Defend yourself. I want to you. Think a joke thing.
Man strength them a walk off, cut off a boy and we are not talker. I forgive a rock that and we send no Sparta. Fight more and war man them a cuss off.
Oh my fucking God, me want run go down the road and come back with my gun in my hand and I not care if the police see me because I go take the man. Viewers and subscribers, I'm tell you something, man. The man said, dog, a man strength them a walk off. Forgive a rock that, we not say Sparta. You fight over man, dog. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Oh, glad. Hey, the one Massacre one dangerous you know. Blood clad man, I know you fuck. Not the camp, but you know what I mean. Viewers and subscribers, I'm not lie.
God
the way
damn,
all the man attack them dog. Bro, the man I make on know. Cause the man I listen to the street now. Zin, the man I make on know say, brother, me and Cartel will never be good. Zin, them boy they are fag, brother. You see me? Fag.
Faggish up, Harvard! Mr. That come for you!
The man a force bad mind over this up and Cartel them. You see me? The man a confirm it. And the next thing, the man said, dog, why you fight over a man? That's crazy, bro. Me and even have nothing. We don't have nothing. But guess what? You want to take up things where your head like say you is that man. That's crazy, bro. Come on, man. Man say you forgive a rag. Oh my fuck.
Yeah, I won't lie to you. They saying they think Massacre gonna go double platinum from this song. Yeah, that's like I remember a Call of Duty mission. Yeah, a mission in Call of Duty way back in the day. You were like a secret agent who like got into like a Eastern European terrorist organization. You had to do a massacre at an airport. That was insane. You know, I don't want to keep listening. I want to listen to. I don't want no. I don't want no presumptions for myself before I listen to Massacre's new song. Fuck Marlon Wayans. Chronic Law. Alright. This just looks like it'd be funny.
Scandinavia, the icy region where they export more vodka than anywhere else in the world, drink more milk than anywhere else, where rotten, rancid fish is considered a delicacy, where feeling cold isn't a thing, where 7-foot Vikings used to patrol the land. Today I'm going to be doing a tier list not only of the 3 Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Norway and Denmark. I'm officially extending this video into a Nordic tier list. That means we're including Finland and Iceland in the ranking as well. But first off we got Sweden. Now I know I sound like your typical British guy, but I promise I am like the most Swedish dude on this godforsaken island. I religiously practice fika. I drink milk literally by the gallon. I listen to Blade every day. I will constantly be annoyed about the weather apart from that one day of the year when it's lagom. My family celebrates Christmas on the 24th of December. They also own a Dala Hest.
Small wooden horse so you can put in your window and stuff like that.
My name is fucking Leopold. I am genuinely so Swedish that I am a direct descendant of Alfred Nobel, the dude who invented dynamite and invented the Nobel Prize. So if it seems like I'm a bit biased with this first tier list ranking, I am. We got the highest population population in Scandinavia, we've got the biggest city in Scandinavia, we've got all the good Scandinavian music, we've got the best food in Scandinavia, we're the geographical heart of Scandinavia, we've got the most islands in the world, we literally invented Minecraft, IKEA, Bluetooth, Spotify, in Volvo. And then, you know, politically, look, I know we might have not been able to form a functional government for a few years, but hey, you seen all the rare earth minerals they found up in Kiruna? I mean, it will definitely be interesting to see if a massive injection of money into the economy will sort out Sweden's political train wreck, or just compress that train wreck into a raging ball of hellfire in the form of endless pointless debates, coalitions, and stupidly extremist brainwashing. Talking about stupid extremists, next up we got Norway. They're like the sugar daddies of Scandinavia. We all think
Gray, what's up, bro?
they're kind of annoying, but they also have every natural resource you could ever need on lock. And whilst they do keep this wealth to themselves a little bit, this country is very, very, very important, not just for Scandinavia, but for all of Europe. I mean, after Brexit, the UK would literally have collapsed if we didn't leech off all of Norway's natural resources.
Come to Birmingham! Come to fucking Birmingham!
And regarding nature, I can't lie, Norway is absolutely stunning. Plus, they actually have this thing called warm air. Due to the Gulf Stream, Norwegians have much less painful winters than the rest of us Scandinavians. Must be nice, bro. You do get two other types of Norwegians though, aside from the normal ballers. These people are usually driven a bit insane by the country's desolate vastness, and this insanity can go one of two ways. Case study number one, the glad skit. That's a Swedish term that essentially refers to someone that's very happy, carefree, and jolly, but also a bit, simple in the head. Let's just say they're not thinking too deeply about anything. Perfect example is Apito, just walking around half naked, drinking vodka, swimming around in icy water, driving shit boxes, not having one capitalist motivation in his body, and being completely content with a life defined by Scandinavian goofiness. And then you have the second type of deranged Norwegian, the evil Satanist. These guys are absolutely the opposite of glad skits. They're actually driven to insanity from thinking too deeply about shit. And these guys turn fucking ballistic, okay? I'm talking death metal, I'm talking burning down multiple churches, I'm talking convicted murderers, the most radical beliefs you could ever imagine. You really, really want to avoid this type of Norwegian. And everyone from Norway knows of a local dodgy guy lurking around their town who's a bit questionable in this way, and you just got to steer clear. Do not interact with these guys. They are almost definitely armed and dangerous. Talking about weird people, next up we got Denmark. The little splooge splatter of Scandinavia, the most mocked people in the Nordic region.
SK, you're 100% misinterpreting what I'm doing. Sherry, what's up? Yes, I can post videos on YouTube doing that. What I cannot do is be live on YouTube like how I am right now doing that. That is not a thing. We've already tried and tested it. I got a strike on my channel for doing that. Or Lalish. I don't know what you want to go by, but yeah, you absolutely cannot be live on YouTube doing that. If you do, you will get a strike on your channel, and you will not be able to post a single video for a whole week.
Now there are some main reasons why Denmark gets on so much by all of the other Nordic countries. First off, they sound kind of annoying, okay? Scandinavia is Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, right? We're all meant to speak very similar languages, and we would if
I'm telling you, you can't, because I've already done it. I have a strike on my channel from it. I don't know how he gets away with it then. Like, yeah, you see this guideline strike? I got a guideline strike for doing that, bro, so. He must not be reacting to any major artist at all, or he has permission from somebody at UMG or Warner. He has something that I don't, so that's why he's able to do that, because I don't think there's a single person I've come across. I mean, you know, I spend a lot of time on YouTube. I have not come across anybody who does that. Not even one. and I ask AI all the information. You feel me? Like I try to. That's why I'm live on so many platforms. Like I be using AI for like a lot of shit now, bro. So I don't want to say you're not telling the truth, but there's something that you don't know, and I also don't know, is why he's able to do it.
Danes didn't just choose to say words in the most stupid, annoying way possible, just to be like edgy and cool and different. And you might be thinking, well, what about Finns? Why don't you guys make fun of them for having a completely different language? Their language sounds cool as fuck. The term I love you in Scandinavian languages is always along the lines of jag älskar dig. In Finnish, it's minä rakastan sinua. That shit is scary, bruh. Also, they did walk all the way from Siberia, so it's a lot more valid. Danes like to think that they're very clever and intellectual, and therefore they think they speak English the best out of all of the Nordics, when in reality, their accents sound like Germans with peanut butter stuck to the roof of their mouths.
I mean, the Dutch team is surely favorites in our group, and they're one of the best teams.
You can. Do you have access to my Discord? You know what? Actually, let me do this for you. In a little while, I'm going to turn YouTube off, and I'm going to, I think X is going to be like the main, I mean, I'm on a bunch of different platforms at the same time. I'm on Kick, Rumble, mad shit, but I heard. I assumed it was you, but I wasn't sure. Yeah. Sweet was good, gang. Yeah, I'm here for another 5 days, bro. Here, X. What you mean sit down, bro? You hating, gang? Heard. Yeah. I think I'm gonna upload the rest of the clips that I got on my computer. How many more do I got? Alright. Oh, yo, and gang. Masika dropped a response that shifted the whole war, bro. I can't wait to listen to this shit in a little while, bro. I'm not banned on Twitch. I'm just suspended, bro. And yo, if you banned that dude who disrespected me, bro, we wouldn't even be in this situation. You said LOL after he disrespected the fuck out of me, bro. So you're a dickhead. Yeah, and bro, like, what has me so mad about it, bro, they didn't even give me a warning. There was no, like, hey, nothing, bro. I tried appealing it. They didn't even email me back, bro. It was like, I don't know. So when Twitch is active, I'm putting like 800 words in the banned chat, bro. Deadass. I'm putting mad shit in the banned words thing, bro. I'm not fucking with none of the disrespect, gang. None of that shit.
In the tournament, whatever.
Get ready for my best Danish.
Oh boy.
My name is Sammy. I wrote a fan mail to you a while ago, so no need to tell.
I mean, there's a reason why there's like 1 million English-speaking Swedish singers, and there's literally not one English-speaking Danish singer I could name off the top of my head. But wait, before I reveal my true thoughts about Denmark, I've got the perfect solution for any angry Danes or other people watching right now. You can let all your anger out in War Thunder, a fast, action-packed game which offers intense player versus player battles. You can experience a massive range of vehicles in War Thunder which span over 100 years in development. We're talking more than 2,000 tanks, planes, helicopters, ships, whatever vehicle you feel like commanding today via your PC, Xbox or PlayStation, War Thunder's got you sorted. I personally love how crisp, detailed and realistic all the graphics are, from the explosions to the vehicle specs. I mean, it's literally in 4K, and you can hop on there for free right now by hitting the link in the description. Also, you're going to be gifted a large bonus pack containing premium vehicles, a premium account, a 3D decorator for your vehicles and much more. It's only available for a limited time though, so hit my link now. One other factor that makes the rest of the Nordics frown down upon Denmark a bit is that all these countries have a deep respect for nature. 97% of Sweden is uninhabited, even more with Norway and Finland. And the sprawling, endless forest, mountains, land, biodiversity, animals is all very important to a lot of Nordic people. However, Denmark is a complete exception. Because it's so small, more densely populated, these values kind of aren't cherished in the same way. And I know this obviously doesn't represent all of Denmark's citizens' actions, but it doesn't stop that a lot of Scandinavians are a bit disgusted and offended when they see stuff like this on the news. Also, Denmark low-key have a kind of weird empire thing still going on, but I'm not going to get too political with all that. But all of that being said, I'm not going to lie, they did invent Lego, so they made my childhood pretty much. I would not be the same man I am today if I didn't have Lego as a kid, alright? And also, a lot of Danish cities do look pretty cool, and their islands are cool, and I really would love to go to Copenhagen, and Danish pastries are literally god tier level scran, and a crispy ice cold Carlsberg might be one of the best things known to man you could be handed on a warm summer's day. And okay, I really don't have any bias against Denmark, it's just some friendly banter, some funny jokes. Good thing Danish people don't understand comedy in the slightest. Right, those are all the Scandinavian countries done. I'm gonna move on to the Nordic countries.
I don't believe so, but maybe. I don't know. Like, alright, so Twitch's solution, I can't even log into Twitch, that's mad funny. I can't even show y'all. The reason why you can do it on Twitch is because they have anything called the DJ program. If you're signed up for that, you can listen to whatever you want on there for the most part, and you're fine, right? You can't do it on Facebook. You can do it on Instagram. You can on Kick, because Kick doesn't give a fuck about copyright at all. You can on Rumble, because Rumble doesn't give a fuck either. X is a free speech platform. They do not give a fuck. Trovo, it will mute certain songs when you're doing it on Trovo. So like, let's say like I don't know. What was the last video that got blocked on YouTube for me posting it? Death Ones, My Mind is a Mountain. They're a metal band from the United States. If I look back at my my Trovo VOD, I'm like 99% positive on my Trovo VOD. Gang, before all y'all were watching, I did all that shit, bro. There's a reason why I do things the way I do now. It was a lot of trial and error. Like, view was good, bro. Like Twiz knows, like when I was playing Six Siege, I was doing music reactions every Saturday. You feel me? Before any of y'all were even watching me. Yeah, it got blocked on YouTube. See, I have a whole column on my spreadsheet for if it was blocked on YouTube or not. Death Ones blocked me. Arch Enemy blocked me. I know it's the whole fair use and copyright law, but that doesn't matter, bro. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, just from the thumbnails, it doesn't look like any major songs, though. Yeah, alright. Who was it? Lalish. This dude's not reacting to any major music. He's doing all not famous people, you feel me? Like, if I did all not famous people, 'Cause I didn't even think about it, bro. No funny shit. I don't know. I slept like shit last night. Yeah, but all right. So the reason why this guy can be on YouTube Live and do this is because he doesn't listen to any famous. Like, he's not listening to people signed by Warner, UMG. He's not listening to big bands. He's not listening to big pop artists and whatnot. Like, he's just doing like regular people, like me and you type shit. You feel me? Like, he's not doing nothing crazy. So he's fine. Like, even on the radar lets me share every single video I do. So they're cool too. Well, share profit. I should say like that so y'all know what I'm saying. But yeah, like every single video in here, bro, is a non-prominent artist. Like, he's literally just doing like what I did when I first started, which is like all like E tier, F tier rappers, you feel me? And like pop artists. Gang, I don't know, bro. I know that I got a copyright strike on my channel for doing this. Yeah, see, like the 5 people here. Gang, I look. I get what y'all are saying, bro. But what I'm saying is that I've already tried and tested this. Alright, maybe I can explain it to you like this, right? The reason why I hit start record at the beginning of a song and I talk for 2 minutes at the end of a song and hit stop recording is so I can post a lot of videos and monetize some of them. If he reacts to a global artist on his YouTube, he is not making any money off it, bro. And any super thanks he gets, any gifts he gets, like, say I send this dude $10 when he's live, he's not getting a single cent of it. Like, he's not getting any money from it, bro, at all. Like, I don't really know how to explain to y'all that what he's doing, it's cool that he's doing it, but he shouldn't be doing it, and there's really no point in doing it. Like I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be live for 5 hours and make no money from it, and also have a 50-50 chance of my video getting taken down from YouTube. Plus getting a strike on my channel. I'm just not doing that. I'm not. Like this one particular live right here, the dude didn't listen to a single popular artist. Yeah, he got 9 likes. That 9 likes is probably 9 of the artists who submitted songs to him. You feel me? Dude works hard though. Good for him. Yeah, he's doing all like F and E tier rappers, you feel me? Suspect, that's the dude from the UK. I was able to monetize videos from him. Duty Low, I think that's one of Lil Durk's mans. He's popped. His 2 top videos are Swedish videos. Heard. So this was you was talking about, Twiz, huh? Maybe I should do that when I end this stream today. Good for him. He's monetized, so he can make money off his channel, but like, this is the difference though, right? Like, I'm not trying to be funny in no way, but like, other than the Swedish stuff, bro, he's mostly just doing like live artist submissions. Like, me using Twitch as my primary platform and not being live on YouTube. Like, y'all see, I can do anything. I can do AI. I can do people signed to UMG, WMG. Doesn't matter where they are in the world. Like, I can react to all of them. So I'm cool with it. What's up, liberal? But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like if he was live on YouTube, bro, and he played like, I don't know, like a Dimash song, or he played like XG or Vonda, he's not making no money off of that, bro. He physically can't make money off it. Because before all y'all watched me or knew who I was, bro, I was live streaming on YouTube. I got the strike from being live on YouTube. Yeah, I'll say. Nah, so, alright, let me explain, right? I think what I'm going to do for the next few days is that when I'm uploading videos and whatnot, I'm going to do, like, I'm going to be live like I am right now, you feel me? When I get ready to do my music reactions or whatever, I'm not even calling them reactions no more. I'm just rating the music. I don't give a fuck about reacting to it because most of the music sucks, honestly. Like, I'm just rating songs, you feel me? But, like, when I'm getting ready to do that, I'm going to end my live, close YouTube out, and then exit to my primary platform. And I saw like 3 or 4 of y'all followed me on my other Instagram. I'm not trying to put my stream key in every single time I go live, but I might just do it for the next few days. I don't even remember what the fuck I was watching. Video disrespecting mad Swedish countries. Hello? I fucking hate Kick so much, bro. Kick is literally just a platform of fucking bots, gang. The whole platform is just fucking bots, bro. You want to be famous? Buy some bots. Suck my dick, bro. Terrible.
Now, starting with Iceland, probably the most insane and unique looking Nordic country. Is absolutely stunning. That does come with some downsides though. Namely, the entire country is like one big tourist trap. Their population is only 372,000, but they get 1.7 million tourists every year. Meaning, you can almost guarantee at all times there are more tourists than Icelandic people in Iceland. And looking at these stats right now, I do feel pretty bad for you guys. Honestly though, you can probably avoid the big crowds by just not going to the fucking Blue Lagoon. I don't know if any of the tourists know this, but it's literally power plant wastewater. Anyway, the other things I know about Iceland is that the prices are absolutely fucking ridiculous. They casually eat the most abysmal culinary monstrosities I've ever laid my eyes upon, take into account I live in Britain. Everything smells like eggy farts because of all the sulfur in the air from the volcanoes, which from my understanding, like literally any day now, are about to cataclysmically explode and instantly pulverize any existence of Icelandic people ever existing. I mean, I really genuinely hope that the one dude from Iceland watching this video is okay and is gonna live to see the year 2024. Next up, Finland. Finnish people are unhinged as fuck. They're always drunk doing some weird shit with farming equipment. They're probably the most extroverted Nordic people, commonly thought of as the redneck neighbors. Somehow though, it's still the most expensive country I've ever visited. You know, if you really want to get a grasp on Finnish culture, I'd recommend the game My Summer Car. I think it perfectly summarizes the Finnish day-to-day routine. Wake up, go fix your box car, drive to the shop in this car, buy lots of vodka, drink all the vodka, Get your cousin to drive you back home, sleep, repeat. Alternatively, if you want to see a documentary about me and my arch nemesis Wow Mao going to Finland on holiday, yeah, we went to Finland on holiday, then watch this video made by the evil communist himself. Alright, that's all the Nordic countries done. Now we got some honorable mentions. These are all of the Nordic territories. They all have some level of autonomy, but usually less than 50,000 inhabitants. First off, the Åland Islands. Technically part of Finland, but they're self-governing, demilitarized, and they speak Swedish. I know there's a bunch of Swedish people that go on holiday there. It's meant to have pretty stunning nature. One important thing to mention is that these lucky motherfuckers pay like no tax. Next, we got Norway's territories. For example, Jan Mayen. Why the fuck do they need this? Oh, I see. Also, Svalbard, home to 2,500 people that by law need to carry rifles with them when they go outside due to there being more polar bears than humans there. They do have a very awesome Soviet coal mining ghost town though, which I would really love to visit. And also apparently they have a completely open visa policy. Literally anyone from anywhere could move to Svalbard apparently. And you might think that attracts a lot of people with weak passports, but if you check which countries have the weak ass passports, I don't think they're exactly built for minus 20 degrees Celsius, you know? Alright, next up we got Denmark's territories, starting with the Faroe Islands, which from my understanding is just based Iceland. Hardly any tourists in comparison, but it has an equally, if not even more amazing natural landscape. They actually have their own language, and apart from having grassy roofs, the Faroese mainly seem to be very proud of their tunnel network. Weird flex, but hey, whatever makes you guys happy.
With all due respect, let's say I hit the Powerball tonight, right? And I get $400 million. I would never go to Sweden for any reason, bro. First off, it's cold there like 9 months of the year. I'm good. Second off, there's like 70 places before I'd want to go to if I even think of Sweden. I want to go see the pyramids. I want to go see the all the cool shit from the Khmer Empire. I want to go see the Australian desert. I want to go to Nigeria. I want to go to the Kenyan capital, Nairobi. I want to go to Honduras. I want to go to the Brazilian forest, bro. I want to go to the mountaintops of Chile. There's mad shit. Fuck going there, bro. It's mad cold. Like, bro, it's like 20 degrees out here right now, bro. I hate being here. Bro, your summer is like 2 months long, bro. Pyramids are a scam. Bro, let a scammer come up on me. I'm shooting them, bro. You're wilding. I'm not dealing with that shit. At all. Not even a little bit. Who was it? A rapper from America beat one of them dudes up and got no charges for it. I don't know, bro. I think I'd rather be in Turks and Caicos for the summer, bro, if I had some money, bro, instead of Sweden, gang. Or like South Africa. Actually, nah, not right now. Not until I stop hating white people. Like, I don't know. Excuse me? The sun never goes down in summertime? What the fuck? No way. No way, bro. Gang, how do y'all... Bro, what? So y'all telling me from the beginning of summer to October, the sun's just always out. Always. That's fucking scary, bro.
Happy, man. And then finally, we got Greenland, the place that definitely isn't green and was only named Greenland because some Vikings were lonely. My boy, I'm telling you, this is the greenest place I've ever been. Come join me. We're gonna grow hella crops, man. It's gonna be Realistically though, Greenland is not Nordic. They have a completely separate culture. They're in a completely different continent. And maybe I'll get some patriotic Danes unsubscribing. But hey, that might actually be a good thing. I mean, it's a joke, guys. I swear it's a joke. I know you can't understand, but it's a joke, I swear. And I am just gonna give a quick mention to Estonia. Because when I went to Tallinn, it was like 1,000,000 times more Nordic than Helsinki. I can't lie. They speak a Nordic language. They eat Nordic food. They look Nordic as hell. It will hopefully soon share a metro area with Finland. I think if you drop someone in Helsinki and Tallinn and ask them to guess which one was under...
Bro, I remember at one point in my life, I worked in a chicken factory, right? I was like 20 years old. And I didn't see the sun for like 5 months. That was the most depressed I've ever been in my entire life. So I couldn't imagine it being dark for like 4 months in a row. Now I know, because, I mean, the far south you are towards like Denmark or whatever, it's probably a little bit different, but that's insanity.
Soviet Union and which one was Nordic. I think they'd get them mixed up, just saying. So there we have it, guys, the completed tier list. Feel free to argue about it as much as you want in the comments. And thank you to War Thunder for supporting my channel. If you want to play the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made for free with a load of added bonuses, make sure to click the link in the description. You don't need anything special to play, even just a keyboard and mouse works. So what are you waiting for?
Ten months ago, I purchased Kahawa Pride FC, a 5th Division professional football club based in Nairobi, Kenya. At the time, midway through our season, things were not looking good. We were second to last on the table, and club morale was at an all-time low as homelessness, food insecurity, and a variety of other off-field issues were affecting our roster. So, during the off-season, I flew to Nairobi, met up with our team on the ground, and began building a new era of Kahawa Pride football. First, we hosted open trials with over 300 players in attendance. Then, we began renting a 5-bedroom mansion to house and feed all of our players 3 times per day. And finally, we began posting about our journey online. And immediately, millions of football fans from around the world began to rally in support of our club. We stayed consistent, posting weekly videos with viewership numbers on par with some of the world's most well-known clubs. And we were generating insane amounts of revenue with over 1.5 million shillings.
Yeah, but what time does the sun go up though? Like 9, 10 o'clock or... Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, that is something that I have heard before I even met any of y'all. It's like New York City, Miami, Dubai, Lagos, Stockholm, Tokyo, New Delhi, Melbourne. I'm trying to remember the capital of Turks. I can't. But whatever the capital city of Turks and Caicos is, lit. Yeah, they saying the nightlife over there is super lit, bro. I have a friend who went there a few weeks ago. He went to Dubai, then he went to Bali. Hey, that shit was jumping, bro. But like, alright. Alright, I don't know nothing about that, so I'm not gonna comment, bro.
Or 12,000 USD earned in November, pushing the club into profitability for the first time ever. But one question still remained. Where was the football? We had gone 10 straight weeks without a single regular season match. Kenyan League weeks 1 and 2 went by as normal, but Kahawa Pride was not present on any of the schedules. But then, on Thursday, December 4th, we received groundbreaking news from the Kenyan Football Federation. Not only had we been scheduled for our first match just 3 days later, December 7th, but we had been promoted back to the 5th Division as one of the clubs there had completely dissolved, and we were next in line to take that spot. The stage was set. Our season opener was against Terror Squad FC, a formidable opponent who had just been relegated from the
Terror Squad. Fat Joe going international for real.
Fourth division and is fully intending on returning there with a promotion this year. So would our squad of young and hungry talents be enough to grab 3 points in their debut, or would Terror Squad silence the crowd and steal 3 points on the road at Mahiga Primary School? You are now watching Road
I don't
to
want
the
to.
Kenyan Premier
I don't
League.
want to.
What's up, everyone? I am back with what is by far the biggest episode yet. We have a lot to cover, so let's get right into the football side of things, starting with which league are we playing in? As you might have heard, our league placement was up in the air for about 2 months. Originally, we were relegated from regional, the 5th tier, to county, the 6th tier, after finishing 10th on the table last season back in July. But then chaos in the higher divisions opened up one more spot in the 5th division, so we were put in a playoff with Meteorite FC, another relegated club, to see who would take it. We lost 1-0, so that was supposed to be the end of it. We were headed back to county. But then in November, Union FC, a club in the 5th division, dissolved completely, opening a spot yet again. And this time, since we were next in line, we jumped.
Montgomery, Alabama. A model went there and was found on the side of the road, dehydrated, and went to a coma. Oh, okay. I'll say if you come to the United States, there's like 20 cities you should go to if you want to like make money, live, whatever else. But Montgomery, Alabama is definitely not one of them, bro.
Jumped into it. So that put us back into the 5th division, which honestly is a really big deal because it saves us an entire year of work and progress, but it also means the competition here will be significantly harder. Which brings us to our first opponent of the season, Terror Squad FC. Now, before we get into Terror Squad, if you want to support this project, there are 3 main ways to do so. First up is the KPFC 10 for 10 deal. If your club is looking for custom kits and apparel, start a project on the Jersey Bird homepage, complete the 5-minute form, and we will pair you with a Jersey Bird designer who will create some awesome custom kits for your club, just like the ones you see in our videos. Tell us you came from this Road to the Kenyan Premier League series, and you will get 10% off your order, 10% donated directly to the club, and a mention in our next financial report video. If you don't have a club and you don't need any kits or apparel, check out the Lions Den, which is the official Kawa Pride Discord server full of behind-the-scenes updates, voting on club decisions, and much more. It's a few dollars per month, and it also generates crucial revenue for the club, so go check it out. And finally, we have our home jersey, which is currently out of stock, but it will be restocked soon, so keep an eye out for that. As always, thank you guys for the massive amount of support. Our fans truly do keep this project alive, and we are always extremely grateful for that. Back to the video. Founded in 2001, Terror Squad.
That's not one of the cities to come to become in the United States, bro. Detroit's cool, but living there is a bit much.
Is a club based in Kasarani, one of Nairobi's 17 sub-counties located northeast of the city center. They were relegated from the 4th tier last season, and they are expected to be a promotion contender this season, and they are off to a 1-0 start, so it was looking to be a competitive matchup. We asked our players and staff how they were feeling ahead of the match, and here's what they had to say.
Mentally, it has been a toil. Very excited, anxious, mixed emotions.
I'm coming from an injury, so mentally I'm strong, and physically I think I'm ready. I've been pushing myself.
I think we've prepared well since our trials. We even played in the pre-season tournament. I'm confident for the team. I think they're going to perform well in their first match.
Tulikuwa tunasubiri kwa muda mrefu, lakini tumejiandaa vyema. Tutapambana kushinda mechi za hivi karibuni.
I think we've done, I won't say enough because it's never enough, but I'd say we've done enough work to get the boys ready for today's match. Us playing in the regional league. And
was she just trying to tour hoods, bro? Gang, Chicago and then Memphis? Bro, I've never even been to Chicago. I don't want to go there, but I've been to Memphis. That is OD, bro. Fuck that shit. My cousin's bachelor party was in Nashville, and we were down there for like 8 or 9 days, I think it was. And I went to Memphis. I went down there to go buy some weed, bro. That shit was terrible, gang. I would never go there again in my life, bro. No bullshit.
Today winning will show that this is what we deserve, and will show that.
For the players, our heads were down because they keep postponing our games. We are training hard, but finally, the league is starting.
Mentally, we have continued being strong, while physically, training has continued as usual. We have been waiting for this game, so we are very happy.
Mentally, we are prepared and we will push to our best.
Juu imekuwa long time tukiongoja hii mambo na ligi, but na feel poa juu ndio kitu tulikuwa tunaongoja, but ndio ishafika.
Sunday finally rolls around and match day has arrived. The squad wakes up at the clubhouse, gets a quick breakfast in, and then heads out for a light morning training session just to get things moving for the day. Kickoff isn't until 4 p.m., so the boys head back to the house after morning warm-ups. Meanwhile, it's early morning for me in Nashville, Tennessee, but I'm up making sure the stream is ready to go. A little background information on the stream. For the past 2 weeks, I have been communicating with our live stream crew on the ground to set up the highest production quality we could possibly have. Otto, our technical director, connected me with the same crew that live streams for the national team, so I knew that we would be in good hands, and it also opened up a lot of cool production pieces like a multi-camera setup for replays, advertising slots, and the amazing commentary that we had for the entire match. And I do want to keep upping the production quality each stream, but overall, I think the stream was a big success. We peaked at 4,500 concurrent viewers, had over 80,000 total views, and raised $1,200 for the club. So thank you to everyone who showed up to support the stream. We will be going live again for our next home match on December 21st. So mark your calendars, December 21st, same time, 4 p.m. East African time, and we'll try to make that one even bigger. So prior to the match, we organized our own mini parade, driving through the neighborhood of Kawa West with all of our flags and banners on display, making it well known that Kawa Pride was about to kick off. Finally, at 3:30, the Ultras opened up the gates and drove into Mahiga Primary School, our home grounds, again making quite the entrance to get things going. But this was far from a typical match day. First, we had to set up 2 scaffolding structures to support the 2 live stream cameras. Meanwhile, the crew was setting up the control station along the sidelines, and logistically, it is not easy to go live. We don't even have a power source to pull from at the school. Everything is generated by our crew, even the 5G connection. So props to them for pulling it off. It really was impressive. And here's what the final setup looked like. 2 cameras, 1 main camera and 1 for replay. And then we had our control room on the ground. While the live stream crew is getting ready, Coach Kim and the squad are going over final tactics and preparations for the match. The pre-match atmosphere was pretty insane. There was definitely a different type of energy at this match. Most of you guys have never been to a 5th Division Kenyan football match, so I'll stop talking and we'll just roll some clips for you to understand what the vibe was like. Our kickoff time got delayed to 4:30, but finally it was time for kickoff and we sent our starting 11 out to the pitch. So let's get into our starting 11 for the match. We had Karani starting in net, Stephen Chiari at right back, Benson Govid at right center back, Sadiki Otieno starting at left center back, and George Uma at left back.
Oh, if y'all wondering why I'm watching this dude right here, he makes like soccer equipment, right? He does like uniforms and whatnot. He was able to purchase a soccer team over in Kenya for like next to nothing, bro. So I'm just trying to figure out that if I get the chance to do something similar, because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If I could purchase a soccer team for $10,000, I'm fucking doing it, bro. 100%. So this guy got that opportunity. Yeah. If I get the opportunity, bro, I'm gonna hop on. I've been looking. I got like a bunch of websites saved on my computer that I check like once a week.
In the defensive midfield, Glenn Ngethe and Marvin Okech are starting, and for our attacking midfield, Coach Kim went with Rahimu Salihi on the right wing, Felix Kamau on the left wing, and Kasim Mwinyi, aka Little Dembele, holding the center mid position. And last but not least, Ezekiel Dugu is starting up top as striker. So this was the starting 11 in our classic 4-2-3-1 formation. We were ready to go. The game kicked off to initially a very defensive battle. It was very high intensity and physical from the start, with several tackles in the early minutes. Govid and Otieno were locking it down the middle third of the field and making it very, very difficult for any chances to develop. And overall, it was a lot of back and forth play as both teams settled into the match. Our first major chance came in the 14th minute. Weenie collected a short pass from Ngethe and sent a through ball to George Uma coming up from his left back position to send a beautiful cross to Dugu, who settled it but gave the keeper just enough time to close out and block his shot. And then Weenie got taken down hard trying to bury the rebound. Just 4 minutes later, Kamau collected a long ball in the box, and again, Weenie rifled a shot towards the bottom left corner, forcing a solid save from the keeper, and it remained 0-0. But then in the 35th minute, the Weenie show really began. Salihi, in a beautiful defensive play, intercepted a pass at midfield and then passed it to Little Dembele, who literally splits two Terror Squad defenders cleanly, sending another through ball back to Salihi. It was so clean that the replay crew had to run it back. What a move here by Mwini. Talk about creating some space. I mean, the defenders literally got pushed out of frame here. Then a few minutes later, in a very high IQ play from George Uma, he runs a hurry-up offense throw-in, springing Felix Kamau on a dead sprint to the edge of the box. But he is met by two Terror Squad defenders, but he puts them on skates before blasting a shot just off of the right post. It's hard to tell if the keeper got a hand on it here, but it definitely chipped off that top right corner post. Another narrow miss in the first half. Our last chance of the half came from this long ball from Ngethe all the way to Kamau. Honestly, it almost turned into a penalty, but we did get a corner out of it, but nothing came of that. So with a quick skill move from the ref, we went into the half tied at 0. At the half, Coach Kim's message was very clear. We are dominating, but the chances need to be finished. Keep the energy high and keep the pressure going. The second half begins, and it doesn't take long for the attack to start up again. Dugu, in a battle with a Terror Squad midfielder, wins an intense 50-50, getting a beautiful outlet pass to Okech, who sends it to Kamau, who is closing in on goal. He cuts inside, gets a quick shot off, and just barely misses it as it rebounds off the inside of the post right into the keeper's grasp. Our second shot of the match off the post, and we stay at 0-0. Another great sequence from our attackers, but just not quite enough to put the ball in the back of the net. At this point in the match, all momentum is on our side. Okech is out there bulldozing people and showing some skill moves, and things are looking pretty good. But our best chance yet came in the 62nd minute.
Well cleared, looking for Mwinyi Kasim. Now Raheem Salehe floats it into the area. Brian! It's cleared off the line.
Salihi, off a feed from Kamau, sent a beautiful ball to Brian Masharia, who had just subbed in for Dugu at striker. Brian sent a shot just under the keeper's outstretched hand, but this time we were denied by the left post, again just inches away from breaking through. Things reset, and in the very next minute, Salihi gets a crossfield pass that leaves him in a 1v1 ISO situation, and he goes to work.
Ball sails to the left-hand side. Rahimu Salehe with the trickery once again, tries one out, which hits the upright.
Looking like Lamine Yamal on the right wing, Salihi's shot curves, but again, we are rejected by the woodwork in heartbreaking fashion. Our fourth shot off the post of the day, and I'm not just skipping Terror Squad chances just to show our own. If you were in the live stream, you know that the second half attack from our side was pretty insane. Almost all of these second half chances were from us, and for the next 30 minutes, we kept fighting, but we just couldn't finish any of our attacks, and eventually, after just 3 minutes of stoppage time, the final whistle blew and the match ended in a 0-0 draw. Honestly, it was a tough result to take after so many good chances, but it is what it is, and we remain 14th on the table, earning our first point of the season. Kasim Mwinyi is awarded Man of the...
If I was able to, I would. No bullshit. They need 10, 15 racks, bro. I got them.
The match, he played extremely well, and I also don't want to overlook Salihi's performance. He was hustling 110% on the right wing from the first minute to the last minute. Really strong debut for him as well. And despite a historic day and successful live stream, the mood within the club is disappointment.
I guess the match didn't go as we had planned or thought. We needed to attack a lot. We didn't attack as much as we needed. It's not an easy match for us, but I know our boys will pull up and they'll do good for the team.
I think the match has been hard. I think the pressure was high, but we managed. We had chances, but the game...
Take it on Klarna.
The match basically was very intense. We created a lot of chances. So I could say we take our chances, the earlier the better.
The game has...
What you mean? Oh, like that shitty ass pay for it later service? I think what that was. Though I don't even use a credit card besides PayPal. I don't like that whole little... I think that's like the most scandalous shit in the world. Because can't you use that shit for DoorDash now? I thought people were talking about that a few months ago on Instagram. That you can use Klarna on DoorDash. Go into debt for a burrito.
been competitive, but luck was not on our side.
Okay, for me, game to me dominate game. Like...
Nah, bro. I had to heavily disagree with you about that one.
The entire match. Nikasema tu ni hard luck kidogo hatukuscore. Tutarudi kwa drawing board, tutawakia offensive yetu sana.
The match was tough. We wanted to prove something. Football is a game of chances. We had our chances. We didn't use them well. And yeah, it was a battle.
I think we were the better team. We deserved a win, but luck wasn't on our side.
It was tough, but we tried our best.
Ilikuwa ni game yetu ya kwanza. Game haikuwa rahisi. Mchezo ujao turekebisha makosa yetu ndio tumekuwa tunakosea.
To be honest, we went into the match as the underdogs. We expected a tough match. I think we wasted a lot of chances. We could have easily won 5, but we only needed 1, which didn't come. So we back to the drawing board and preparing for the next away match.
The comments have been very, very clear from the fan base. No pool table until the gym is complete, and we agree. We are 100% locked in on continuing to develop our facilities and provide things that will translate into success on the field. So that wraps up week 1 of our season. A bittersweet day as we did perform well, but we had to settle for a draw. Our next match is an away match this Sunday, December 14th against Soweto Bromley FC. It's unlikely that we will be live for that match, but we 100% will be live for our next home match, which will be the following week on December 21st at 4 p.m. East African time, which is 9 a.m. New York time and 1 p.m. London time. As always, thank you all for the support. If your club needs new kits, work with Jersey Bird. If you want to join our community, check out our Discord. Everything will be linked below. You can catch new episodes of Road to the Kenyan Premier League every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. If you like the series, drop a like, drop a sub, comment where you're watching from, and I'll see you in the next one.
5 years? That's insanity, gang.
December 31st, 2000.
5 years. Holy fuck. You know what's funny, man? A long time ago, like in 2019, I canceled my Progressive insurance, like my car insurance, and I never paid them. I just said fuck them, bro. Went about my business, and then so it was like a course of like 4 years. So let's say in 2023, I checked my credit one day, and I saw I had like a big red flag on my shit. And I'm like, for what? And like my like $180 car insurance, it was like, I think it was like almost triple what it was. I was like, oh, heard. Nasty work.
Him being on. No matter what, this.
I have no memory of watching this.
This video is sponsored by engineers and scientists to comment on historic, economic, geopolitical, and, well, artistic insignificance. Seemingly every country that it borders hates it with a passion of 1,000 burning
DJU?
suns.
Oh
so,
my.
let's talk about it. Arguably, the biggest hater of the former Yugoslav Republic of North Macedonia is Greece. But what could be the cause for such visceral hatred? Could it be genocide, differing religions, a severe lack of bitches? Well, no.
A severe lack of bitches?
It's because they dared to name their country Macedonia. Since antiquity, this area here was called Macedonia, primarily inhabited by the Greeks and that one guy who decided to conquer the entirety of the world and then die at the ripe age of 32. But this all changed when the ancient Greek version of Angela Merkel decided to open up the borders of Macedonia for Slavic engineers and scientists to come in and settle the area. Since then, Macedonia became multicultural with not only the Greeks inhabiting it, but a variety of different peoples. So in 1991, when the Slavs finally got their independence after centuries and centuries of foreign rule, they decided to name their country, well, Macedonia. However, there was somebody they forgot to ask, the Greeks, and naturally, they weren't very happy about this because, well, the north of Greece was called Macedonia and most of historical Macedonia was in Greece. So, like any rational adults, the Greeks decided to throw a tantrum and foam at the mouth over the Slavs calling themselves Macedonians. But that's not the end of the story. They didn't just call themselves Macedonia. No. They decided to also LARP as the ancient Macedonians. And the Greeks, they just lost it. After which the Greeks decided to economically embargo them, to which the Macedonians, being the master rage baiters they were, decided to pour even more fuel on the fire and erect a bunch of ancient Greek statues, well, not really ancient, they were made in the 90s, all over their capital as a big middle finger to the Greeks. For years, the Greeks blockaded Macedonia's entry into the EU and NATO due to their appropriation of the name Macedonia and Greek culture. The cherry on top of all of this was when Macedonia decided to do a little bit of more trolling and put up a giant statue of Alexander the Great right in the middle of Skopje, costing a whopping $9.4 million, just to spite the Greeks. I have ancient ruins in the city. My neighbor has ancient ruins in the city. I have name Macedonia. My neighbor has name of Macedonia. I have big statue of Alexander the Great. My neighbor cannot afford it. Great success. Now, officially, the Greeks argued that since their neighbors named themselves Macedonia and they had the majority of Macedonia, that Macedonia was then going to invade them in the aspiration of creating a greater Macedonia. Which sounds completely ridiculous considering the fact that the Macedonians spent all their money on building up statues and they didn't have 5 cents to put into the military, but you know, to each their own. To be fair, as much as the Greeks were right, they fell for the lowest of low of rage baits. Like, no one outside of these two even cares about the name Macedonia. And they literally could have called them whatever the hell they wanted to. Like, for example, let's look at Germany. Officially, they call themselves Deutsch and their country Deutschland. But everywhere else in the East, they call them the mute people and the country of mutes. Everyone took just one good look at Germany and thought to themselves, what is this pile of garbage? And declared an entire people as incapable of communicating. The Greeks could have literally, officially called them.
Yo, I am officially caught up to where I am in my notebooks on Excel. That feels so good to say. Now I can do this like twice a week for like 5 minutes and be good forever. Oh yeah, the other day, y'all had me listen to a lot of this dude. Mohela. Deadass? I don't know why I did that shit. I need to hit this button. Damn, God did. Y'all did. Fuck, man. Yeah, I don't know why it says that on this side. On my phone, it shows me something different. There's like an analytics button like right here underneath this. Oh shit, membership. You know what I thought about? I gotta make something on YouTube that makes it worth people giving me money. My community? Oh, you know what? Why I have a strike, I don't think y'all can even post on my channel. And search your channel? What do you mean? Oh yeah, I don't get what you mean. Look at my stats. Like this. Like my real stats. I have videos that are private on my channel. Oh, no, I know about Social Blade, bro. I have it saved somewhere on here. Yep. I need my average views per video to be 5,000. That's not going to happen for a long time to view it like that. Can we get in there? Like, yeah, like when I demonetized, well, when I hid these videos from my channel, I had other stuff on here, but like you see, it says minus 389,000. That video's private on my channel now. That video had almost 1 million views. Another video I hid from my channel, 157,000. Yeah, like on the 27th, I deleted 277 videos from my channel. These future projections are mad wrong, though. By 2030, I'm going to have fucking 8 trillion subscribers. I wonder if I look myself up on Twitch. Nice. Yasa, my account was gone. They suspended me. You can't even view my account. You can't even view my account, bro. God damn. #1 subscribers in the world. He's pretty up there, bro. This ain't like the most accurate thing in the world, but heard. I mean, it gets views though. Drifting an aircraft carrier. Violet, what's up, bro? We're vibing. We're vibing and sliding. I'm just uploading a bunch of stuff to YouTube. Oh, this song was terrible. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't need none of that. But if you do animated emotes, I'll take some of those. But let me ask you a question. What's the point of going to random streams and asking people when you know 90% of the time they're going to say no? You give like direct scammer energy. Oh, you don't even speak English, heard. Not surprised.
The nation of Yemen is in crisis, and this time it's not the Houthi rebel organization that are responsible. Over the last several days, a powerful fighting faction called the Southern Transitional Council has conducted a rapid territorial takeover, seizing the means of production across Yemen's most important oil fields and conquering cities with stunning efficiency. Yemen's internationally recognized government is at risk of collapse, and if the Southern rebels have their way, they'll soon rule over a brand new nation. The hidden hand of the United Arab Emirates is fueling the conquest, and now Yemen's eastern battlegrounds could be about to host a showdown as a proxy war between the Emirates and their Saudi rivals begins to spiral out of control. Just when it seems that things couldn't possibly get worse for Yemen, the country now seems to be approaching yet another round of collapse in a takeover as rapid and as unexpected as the fall of Syria's Assad regime last year. Lay of the land. Okay, so before we dive into today's episode, we've got to issue our usual caveat when we discuss rapidly unfolding events across the globe. The information that we present in today's episode is accurate to the best of our knowledge and ability as of the morning of Monday, December the 8th, local time in the Yemeni capital city of Sana'a. As we're going to explain, the security situation in Yemen's east is deteriorating rapidly, and there is a real chance that the situation could devolve even further by the time you see this episode. Now, of course, rest assured that if things do devolve in that way, we'll be back here covering again as soon as we can. Okay, so with that out of the way, if we're going to understand what's happening in Yemen right now, we've got to start with a bit of exposition, because even if you are among the geopolitics nerds who keep a pulse on Yemen civil conflict, the situation right now has almost nothing to do with the Houthi rebel organization in control of most of the country's east. And if you are that sort of political nerd, our website fronts, which is basically this stuff but a lot deeper and, more often, more videos, we've got articles, we've got experts, it's all on fronts.co for a small fee of $5 a month. I think it's a particularly good deal, I hope you do too. Let's get back. As we'll explain later, this new crisis might end up playing to the Houthis' advantage, but as of now, they're watching all of this play out from several hundred kilometers away. But for the sake of familiarity, we can at least start this discussion by including the Houthis, because they are one of three major fighting factions that collectively control the vast majority of Yemen's territory, each backed up by a powerful regional rival. The Houthis, currently in control of the capital city of Sana'a and most of Yemen's densely populated areas, are backed up by the nation of Iran, who flooded Houthi territory with drones, weapons, and cash as part of Iran's Middle Eastern network of proxy groups. Then there's Yemen's internationally recognized government, led by the so-called Presidential Leadership Council. For today's purposes, we'll just be referring to them as Yemen. The proper Yemeni government only controls a few population centers near Houthi territory, like Marib and the besieged city of Taiz, but they have a hold on most of Yemen's expansive, largely empty northeast, and they are backed by Saudi Arabia, both through direct support and through Riyadh's side deals with a network of local tribes. But it's the third faction in control of Yemeni territory that we've really got to understand today. They're known as the Southern Transitional Council, a separatist movement that was only established in 2017, but traces its lineage back through decades of Yemeni discontent. The Southern Transitional Council controls most of the land along Yemen's southern coast and a majority of the land that used to be known as South Yemen, a formerly communist state that existed from 1967 through unification around the end of the Cold War. The modern Southern Transitional Council, which we'll be referring to today as the STC, wants to establish the so-called State of South Arabia along the former borders of South Yemen. Technically, they also align with Yemen's internationally recognized government, but in practice, they've often clashed with Yemeni forces over the last few years. As of today, the two groups are hardly in alignment at all. On its territory, the STC aligns itself with a major land-holding military faction, the Hadrami Elite Forces, a special operations command that was first created in 2016 to fight against Al-Qaeda. Powerful, operationally advanced, and backed by foreign financiers, the Hadrami Elite Forces operate autonomously on the territory they control, but they're generally happy to work toward the same goals as the STC. As for their foreign financiers, that would be the United Arab Emirates, the same nations that's currently backing up separatist non-state actors in Sudan through the Rapid Support Forces, in Somalia through the region of Somaliland, and Libya through the more eastern of Libya's two rival governments, loyal to warlord Khalifa Haftar. Similar to Iran, the Emirates have been working overtime to build these foreign-aligned forces into a proxy network, bringing the UAE closer to realizing its highest ambitions as a new regional power, and the STC in Yemen, they're instrumental in that effort. As of the end of November this year, the STC, the Houthis, and the Yemeni federal government existed in a fragile but relatively stable balance. Each faction was backed up by its own rival sponsor, and those sponsors, the Emirates, Iran, Saudi Arabia, respectively, didn't appear particularly interested in upsetting the local status quo. Each side had advantages and disadvantages, leveling out to a fairly even balance of power between the three. The Houthis control the capital of Sana'a, plus most of Yemen's population centers, but have been dealt recent blows by Israel and a global coalition on the Red Sea. The proper Yemeni government mostly holds sparsely populated land, but that's also where most of the nation's oil is.
Huh? What are you talking about? You good, cuz? You could. But you asked me what my Twitch is, bro. I don't know. That's why I asked if you're good. Shit, I don't got one for a few days. Where are these dudes from? Chase status. UK. What's that shit she did with Rich the Kid? The song was terrible.
is located. The SDC is internally fractured and deals with a persistent al-Qaeda presence, but they control lucrative coastal areas, including the critical port city of Aden. All in all, Yemen's three sides were in a state of uncomfortable but mutually acceptable equilibrium. But take note that when we say that, we are speaking definitively in the past tense. A shock offensive. Now, the first sign that something was amiss in eastern Yemen came on the 29th of November at the country's Masila oil fields. There, the major company Petra Masila carried out their drilling operations in lands controlled by the Yemeni government in the expansive and mostly empty governorate or province of Hadramaut. This governorate is going to be the setting for most of the fighting that we discussed today, so we should know that it is important for several reasons at once. It is home to nearly 80% of Yemen's oil reserve, it's known for other rich and lucrative mineral deposits, and it used to be part of South Yemen, meaning that in the separatist STC's ideal world, the SDC would control all of it. Prior to this week, the SDC controlled only the southern part of Hadramaut Governorate under the direct control of the Hadrami elite forces, with that word Hadrami coming from the name of the province. On the day in question, November the 29th, forces loyal to the Yemeni government took up positions around those lucrative Masila oil fields in a deployment of a Saudi-backed coalition of local tribal forces. By that time, the Yemeni government and the separatist SDC had been engaged in a war of words for weeks. The SDC had been concerned that the Yemeni government could be interested in cutting a deal with the Houthi rebels, potentially strengthening Yemen's position and making it much harder for the SDC to take territory in the future. The Yemeni government, sensing that the SDC was feeling threatened, directed those Saudi-backed tribal forces to lock down the Masila fields, knowing that they were within striking distance of the SDC. Now, the fields haven't actually been under the Yemeni government's control since January, after tribal leaders seized them, but those tribal leaders still act at Saudi Arabia's behest, and the Saudis appear to support the Yemeni government's decision. Production at the fields was halted, leading to blackouts in areas served by local oil-fueled energy infrastructure, including in SDC areas. Then, the SDC responded by building up their own forces, and on the 2nd of December, those forces began moving north toward the de facto border that separates Yemeni territory from SDC territory. After all, they now had pretext to act against the Yemeni government and the militias holding the oil fields, something they'd likely wanted to do for quite a while, but had lacked justification for, considering the bloodshed that such an effort might involve. On the following day, December the 3rd, the SDC's shock offensive started in earnest, but their target wasn't just the Masila oil fields. Instead, they focused on the city of Sayun, pre-war population 135,000-ish. It's home to an important international airport and a historic presidential palace, both of which were strategic targets and thought to be relatively defensible from the point of view of the Yemeni government. That, however, turns out not to be the case. In an assault spearheaded by the Hadrami elite forces, the SDC bombarded the military headquarters in Sayun before storming the city in a lightning offensive. Within hours, they were in control of the military headquarters, the international airport, and the presidential palace in a takeover that wasn't exactly bloodless, but that was certainly one-sided. Before long, the forces of the Yemeni government were in full retreat, and the SDC pressed their advantage, taking over neighboring cities and towns before the day was done. By the next morning, it had become clear to anyone in the world who was watching that the SDC was going to have the upper hand in whatever came next. The SDC was in possession of heavy weaponry, including armored vehicles from the Emirates and Chinese-made, lightweight AH-4 towed howitzers, both fixtures of the Rapid Support Forces offensives in the civil war in Sudan. They were attacking in overwhelming force in multiple directions at once and leaning on the Hadrami elite forces as a spearhead unit to great effect. They'd managed to send Yemeni forces into disarray, and perhaps even more important, they had already avoided confrontations with the Saudi-backed tribes in the area, who largely chose to vacate territory instead of trying to fight back. On the 4th, the SDC offensive continued to roll through the Yemeni countryside. Instead of trying to hold the Masila oil fields and the corresponding Petra Masila facilities, those Saudi-backed tribal forces withdrew under an agreement that got a direct sign-off from Riyadh. In Yemen's easternmost province, the SDC advanced on the capital city of Al-Ghadar, pre-war population about 11,000, and captured it without a fight, also taking over the local airport. They took over the port of Nishtun, also in the same province, and on the following days, they assumed control of various towns in Hadramaut. Because of just how sparse this part of Yemen is, taking over those towns often meant assuming de facto control over much larger areas. In practice, the STC assumed control over huge sections of the former nation of South Yemen in the span of just days. For a moment, over the course of the last weekends, it did appear as if the STC's gains would be quickly reversed, after they'd been taken multiple territorial...
Alright. When this video's done... Brick Baby got sentenced to 7 years and 8 months. Ain't that dude the fucking, That's the dude who dry snitched on Little Durk on that gay dude's platform. Yeah. I'm gonna get off this for a little while. When I go back live, I'm gonna add everyone in the chat, and we're gonna do music reactions. I'm back in like an hour.